Twitter gets punked on Wall Street, Match Group buys PlentyOfFish for dating dominance, Verizon nabs Vice Media as a video partner, and more. It's Tuesday, July 14th, and this is Crunch Report. We are just a day away from the start of Q2 earnings season, where a bunch of companies will surprise and delight us with their revenue numbers, or they'll ruin our lives with their bad news. So on the eve of Money Talk, Box had a huge day, with its stock up 6.49% to $18.05 per share, at one point anyway. That's good news for Box. Box has seen some record lows since it went public. The company's last private round is still more than its current value, but shares in the company are at least north of $2 billion again. While a couple technology IPOs on tap for later this week, this is at least a sign of better times ahead, for some investors anyway. In other stock fun news, a site that was designed to look like Bloomberg, but was completely fake, it was like a phishing site, wrote a story today that Twitter was in negotiations to sell itself for $31 billion. Total horsepucky. Not true, but it fooled a lot of people, especially because Twitter's current market cap rests around the $22 billion mark, and investors like a good miracle. Anyway, stock popped, stock settled back down, everybody moved on with their lives. For the record, earnings kick off tomorrow with Intel and Netflix, both of which we'll be covering. Google wants more hardware vendors to use its beacon technology and is rolling out a bunch of new products around Bluetooth Low Energy, or BLE, beacons that help devices that are in close proximity with each other talk better to each other, and also to better compete with Apple's iBeacon similar technology. New products include an open beacon format, tools and APIs for building apps and services on top of beacons, and a new developer service for managing and monitoring large beacon deployments. The new format is completely platform agnostic, which is great because it'll work with a bunch of different vendors. And any existing beacon can be made compatible with a firmware update. But Google's own products will also get better too. For example, Google Maps users in Portland, Oregon have been able to get beacon-based transit notifications since earlier this year. And soon, Google Now will also be able to use this service to bring up information, contextual stuff. So if you're in a restaurant, for example, you could pull up a menu in Google Now, among lots of other cool things. Maybe they take a while to put the menus down on the table, I don't know. The online dating behemoth Match Group that runs Match.com, popular dating site, and is also a subsidiary of Tinder and OkCupid owner IAC, is acquiring another dating service, PlentyOfFish, for $575 million in cash. Match Group expects the deal to close early in the fourth quarter, pending Canadian regulatory approvals. PlentyOfFish is based in Vancouver. So, what's Match Group getting out of the sale? You'll love this term, digitally active singles. The more of them you have, the more of them you can convince to pay for a subscription service that offers a better experience. They all do it pretty much. Tinder is free to use, but Tinder Plus offers a monthly subscription for services like rewinding an accidental left swipe. With PlentyOfFish, Match Group gains around 3 million daily active users and another dating brand to IAC's big portfolio of more than 150 brands and products, and more than 20 operating businesses, and 370 million unique monthly users, and more than 2.5 billion monthly visits to its entire portfolio of sites. It's big. Best of luck in your new love affair, you crazy kids. Remember when surveillance company Hacking Team got hacked just over a week ago? It was a big leak, exposed all sorts of stuff that affected other companies. For example, 2 unpatched vulnerabilities in the single worst piece of software the world has ever seen, otherwise known as Adobe Flash Player. Adobe has since updated a patched version of Flash for both vulnerabilities, but not before Mozilla said now and blocked it completely from its Firefox browser. Firefox users can manually update their Flash installs to get the new version, get back on track. But really, why would they? Flash is the worst. Updating the Flash player is the worst. HTML5 and other web standards now allow developers to replicate most Flash functionality. YouTube already defaults to HTML5 instead of Flash. Google's Chrome browser will soon start auto-pausing Flash content that it doesn't consider central to a web page. Flash is on the way out, and the world is better for it. Thank you, Hacking Team. Verizon, which now owns TechCrunch's parent company AOL, announced a new video partner for its upcoming over-the-top video service launching later this year. It's not us, but it is Vice Media. As part of the multi-deal agreement between the two companies, Vice will produce original domestic and international programming exclusive to Verizon. Now, we don't know much about Verizon's OTT plans for its Verizon wireless subscribers, but we do know that it's already inked deals with Viacom, Awesomeness TV, Scripps Networks Interactive, ESPN, CBS Sports, among others. Viacom alone carries popular cable networks like MTV, Comedy Central, Nickelodeon, and agreed last fall to allow Verizon Wireless to distribute its content, but didn't specify which channels would be included. ESPN's current deal with Sling TV gives Dish's streaming service the only over-the-top means of getting ESPN video, but signs point to that exclusivity ending at some point with this new Verizon deal. As for Vice, the network's new content, which is aimed at younger audiences, includes food and travel and tech content, and Vice's new original interview series, Autobiographies. And that's the report for today. I'm Sarah Lane. Crunch Report airs Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, right here on TechCrunch.com. Thanks for being here. We'll see you tomorrow.